Ladies and gentlemen, can you please take your seats? Hey, all you partiers in the back, can you sit down? So the silent auction won't close until 8:35. If you're worried about that, you can have your cell phones out and still be checking for the silent auction. But ladies and gentlemen, we really need to get the program begin. Can you please take your seats? Here, you can go ahead. You're my guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. We are ready to begin our program. We know you're having a great time out there, but we really need to start our program. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please. I need a class.
Yeah, that's great. I'm pretty sure if the bride and groom are here, we could ask them to kiss, and that would be. Thank you, Josh. You're a very good glass clinker. He heads up the Red Cross of Greater New York, and he can clink his glass. So, and for those of you who are still milling about, if you wouldn't mind suspending your conversations, we'll just get started as you're taking your seats. Big sister's about to come out. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Contessa Brewer. I'm an anchor for NBC News and for WNBC. And for those of you who don't know, I will be at work bright and early tomorrow morning. My call time is 4 a.m. So if I sound like I'm urgently trying to get people to their seats, there's a reason why. I have a very early call tomorrow. I do work for NBC, but I am also an avid Red Cross fan. I've volunteered for the Red Cross for, some 8 years on the Centennial Circle, which is devoted to preparedness and helping at-risk communities get prepared ahead of emergencies. And so I come out to an event like this, and I see so many friends, so many people who work for the Red Cross, who volunteer for the Red Cross, and who are big supporters of the Red Cross, and we all have that in common tonight. And I just want to say thank you. It's so great to have all of you here participating in such a wonderful, wonderful night and a fundraiser. You know, the amazing thing when you're a news anchor and a reporter is that we cover a lot of natural disasters, and when I go out, you can be in the middle of a town that has been flattened by a tornado, and who will you see there serving sandwiches and coffee to the rescuers on the ground? The Red Cross. When you go out to a fire that has consumed an entire building in the city, who do you see helping those people, putting blankets around their shoulders? It's the Red Cross. And I get a chance to interact with those people firsthand because of my job, but it really hit home for me on October 29th of 2012. Hurricane Sandy came rolling up the eastern seaboard. And as the warnings came in, we started preparing for the big one. It was an incredibly scary moment for me because in my work with the Red Cross, because we were helping vulnerable people get ready for emergencies, we'd had a briefing about the potential for the big one in New York City. And we were told that a hurricane, a Category 1 hurricane, could actually devastate New York City. I live in Category 1 hurricane evacuation zone, meaning a Category 1 hurricane would send all of my neighbors, myself, fleeing for higher ground. And sure enough, with Sandy, that's exactly what happened. We were under mandatory evacuation orders. I live in the South Street Seaport in Lower Manhattan. And I was on the air with Chuck Scarborough as Sandy came swelling in bigger and bigger. The storm surge aligned with the high tide, with the full moon, and all things aligned. And as we were on the air, the water crested up past my street, and I knew my home was a goner. The next day, my husband came back after seeing our apartment, and he burst into tears and he said, everything's gone. The photos that you've had from your childhood are gone. The letters that your great-grandfather wrote to you are gone. And for the first time, I knew what it was like, all those people who look at their homes destroyed, and the only people who are there to give them some semblance of normalcy is the Red Cross, the mental health volunteers, the people who say, for tonight, it's okay. For tonight, you're gonna be okay. For tonight, your kids are gonna be okay. We've got you taken care of. For the first time, I realized personally what it means to have someone there holding your hand and letting you know you are not alone. Losing your home is life-changing, it's traumatic, it's very stressful, and thank God there are volunteers out there who are willing to every single time show up and let people know you're not alone. I'll let you know, the happy ending to the story is we finally moved back into the apartment last month, and this time we went back with twin baby boys, so it's not all bad. Now there's a nursery. Sandy did a very thorough demolition job, let me tell you. So you can see why the Red Cross is so near and dear to my heart. I would like to invite Mary Young, who's the CEO of the Metro New York North chapter of Red Cross, to join me now.
Thank you, Contessa. Thank you all for being here tonight, and welcome to the 2014 Red and White Ball. We're so happy to have all of you here with us. You are such wonderful supporters of the mission of the American Red Cross, so thank you. Tonight, we have a very special salute to service, and our program will be brief, but we hope that you will all be there for us tonight as we honor the men and women of our military who put their lives on the line every day to protect our country and our freedom. So we hope that you will focus up here for us for a few moments as we do that. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of your wonderful support. We could not perform this mission without all of you. I'm so proud to be a part of this mission and the work of the American Red Cross. Thanks for being with us this evening. And I would now like to ask Mary Kay Messenger, Master Sergeant Mary Kay Messenger, if she would please come up and offer God Bless America. Would you all please rise?
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, Mary Kay. Thank you so much. And And now, would you please welcome our Metro New York North Board Chair, Giovanna Miller.
Thank you, Mary. I'm a little shorter than Mary. Let me lower this. Thank you, all of you, for coming this evening and supporting this wonderful organization that I am so passionate about. If not for your generosity, the American Red Cross could not provide so many services to so many that are in need. I'm especially excited this evening to pay tribute to our armed forces. I recently had the opportunity to visit Walter Reed Hospital, and I was just so amazed at what I saw at Walter Reed. The American Red Cross is with our military from the moment that they walk through those doors to the moment that they leave. I found out that there are about 500 American Red Cross volunteers and only 3 American Red Cross staff members, but they are there day in and day out to provide those extra needs that they so deserve and they so need. And if not for your generous contributions, those services would not be available. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because the Armed Forces is one of my passions. And it is truly an honor to also present to you our fabulous ball chairs who have made this evening possible and have transformed this NetJets hangar into this amazing, wonderful event. So I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. I want to introduce our rock stars, Elizabeth Boutry, my dearest friend, and also Jennifer Madrid, my other dearest friend.
Thank you, everybody. This event would not be possible without the partnership the American Red Cross has with Kaizen Gardens Publications and Beth Dempsey from Images and Details. We are truly grateful for all their hard work and that everyone has contributed to the end result. Every committee member has been dedicated to, and the Red Cross staff has been with us every step of the way. We would also like to thank nearly 40 designers and florists who have collaborated and decorated each and every one of the tables that you see before you tonight. I also want to give a special thanks to Mary McDonald, our honorary design chair, and her exquisite vision and inspiration. And I also want to have a special happy birthday tribute to Leah Denai. Where's Leah? John Mahoney, and Kathy O'Connell. Kathy is celebrating her 50th birthday tonight. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Well, tonight's ball is a salute to service. You know, when Claire Barton founded the American Red Cross, she did it with passion, dedication, and a mission to assist the military. The Red Cross is still to this day a steadfast friend to members of the armed forces. In fact, it provides a 24/7 communications link to deployed military members. It provides pre- and post-deployment support. It works with our veterans and is a constant in an ever-changing and demanding environment. In the heart of Metro New York North sits West Point, so it's very fitting that our first honorees for a Lifetime of Service Award goes to Lieutenant General and Mrs. Robert L. Caslin, Jr., the 59th Superintendent of the United States Military Academy, West Point. I just want to mention the Caslins are setting the bar rather high for the rest of us. They have been married for 37 years. And in that time, they've also dedicated their lives to service. General Kaslan's illustrious career includes Chief of the Office of Security Cooperation, Iraq. He was at the Pentagon during the September 11th attacks, and his awards and decorations are so numerous that we would be here all night if I were to list them. He is a West Point graduate and actually played center for Army football. Go Army. And Michelle Shelley Kaslan is an active supporter of programs for military families and serves as senior spouse at the U.S. Military Academy. And together, they oversee the future of the graduates of West Point. Let's watch a video.
Well, I was in Vermont in high school, and I graduated high school in 1971 during the Vietnam years. I played football, and I was in Boys State and did a number of other, I was student council president, so I got a letter from West Point saying, we are interested in you coming to West Point. The opportunities to come here to West Point were too good to turn down, so I came to West Point, and 39 years later, I'm still here. When the Army asks you, or your nation asks you to go into harm's way in some of the most difficult circumstances, and truly an honor to be able to bear that cross for our country.
When he was the 25th Division Commander, the planes would be coming home, and even though our husbands weren't on the plane, we would go and we would make sure every single soldier was welcomed back. Even today when I see them, it just chokes me up watching people come home.
When I was a division commander in Iraq, I had a soldier who was a quad amputee, and I'll never forget this. Our soldiers were lined up donating blood, but it really pressed home to me how important blood donations are. I think he received over 50 pints of blood, and that blood supply came from the Red Cross and their blood donations and the support from the blood donations. The actual contributions that the Red Cross provides to our soldiers, whether it's the arm around the back or someone to talk to or deliver a message or to give life-supporting blood or whatever it is, or even just a cup of coffee or a donut or someone there to see them off when they take off and deploy, or someone there to be in the hangar when they return. What the Red Cross has done over the years is truly gratifying, important work, and honorable work. I don't know of a better organization that a volunteer can support.
I am a Red Cross volunteer, and in my experience, it's been a rewarding opportunity.
Shelley and I are honored to be able to receive this recognition. But really the recognition is for the American Red Cross for what you've done over many years. We may be lifetime servants, but you are lifetime servants of us, and we're very, very grateful for all you've done. Thank you.
General and Mrs. Kaslan, can you join me on stage?
Oh, please, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really, thank you. Please have a seat. Please sit down. Well, we accept this award very seriously, and we're very honored. We're very humbled. We accept it on behalf of all of our service members that have been in harm's way over the last 12, almost 13 years. You know, these men and women that have stood in the gap between the evil that's out there and the values of our nation and our way of life. And we're really humbled and honored that you would bestow this award on us. You know, as we said in the video, this may be a lifetime service award, but the Red Cross has been serving us for a lifetime, and so many of our soldiers. One of our values in the Army is selfless service, and if we ever want to see the epitome of what selfless service is all about, you just look at the men and women that are in this room, the women that are on the stage right here, and this is truly the epitome of selfless service. I think if the average American wanted to see what's right with America, all they need to do is just come to the American Red Cross and see what it means to serve, see what it means to put people's needs ahead of their own, and you would see the epitome of selfless service. So as our service members stand in the gap and know that the Red Cross is there when they go off into harm's way, when they come home and receive them and link up with their families, when a disaster occurs in their neighborhood, you know, the Red Cross is there. And I'll tell you, we couldn't be more honored to be affiliated or to be with the American Red Cross than we are this evening. So we just want to say thank you. So thank you very much, and we're honored to receive this award. Thank you.
We just have to have a photo op. 1 second. Selfie. Okay. Oh, General. One moment, please. If there's another duty that perhaps you'd be willing to help us with, is to help us present the next award. Our next honoree exemplifies courage under adversity, and really, this guy is a role model for all of us. That person is Anthony Ordierno. Anthony's a West Point graduate who deployed to Iraq in 2004, and he was badly wounded. He returned to the United States to start a new path and a commitment to help his fellow veterans. He currently serves as Vice President of Military and Veterans Affairs for J.P. Morgan Chase, where he leads a variety of programs focused on employment and housing and education. He also serves on the board of directors for the Wounded Warriors Project. All of these issues and efforts, of course, as you know, are so important for helping veterans come back and really feel welcomed at home and feel like they have a life to live and more service to give and become wonderful, welcome members of our society. So thank you for that. Anthony has received the Bronze Star Medal for Valor and the Purple Heart for his actions, and today he really serves as a compass, as an advocate for veterans. Let's watch this video.
We grew up in a military family. I probably lived in 13 different places before I went to West Point. Service was always very important in our family growing up. It was kind of instilled in us to serve others. So when it came time for me to go to college and start looking at a career, the military just seemed like a natural fit for me. I deployed to Iraq in February 2004 as a platoon leader. Shortly after midnight on August 21st, I was leading a patrol to Exfil, a team of snipers, when we were ambushed with RPGs, the first of which hit my vehicle and killed one of my soldiers immediately. I also lost my arm. The Red Cross have had a tremendous impact. When I was injured, I needed 9 units of blood. I think they gave me just that first night alone. So, you know, I can't imagine how many lives have been saved just from that program alone. Having gone through the journey I've went through, being injured, going back to school, having a great job working for the Yankees and now at J.P. Morgan Chase, and so fortunate to have such a wonderful wife and two beautiful children. Thank you to everyone who supports the Red Cross and other organizations like the Wounded Warrior Project. Although I served in the military, there's many different ways to serve. Many do it through volunteering or working at great organizations like the Red Cross, or even just like being at the dinner here tonight. So just thank you for your commitment to the military and for returning service members and veterans.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Ordierno.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please take your seats. Thank you. Lieutenant General Mrs. Caslin, congratulations and thank you for your service to West Point, the Army, and to this great nation. Thank you very much for all you've done. I'd also like to thank Mary Young. Thank you, you and your team, for putting on this great dinner tonight and for everything you do on a daily basis for communities and especially for our service members. The Red Cross has certainly had a huge impact on me. As you heard during the video, I needed quite a bit of blood after I was injured. And my mother, to this day, she continues to go to the hospital with her service dog, and she's only able to do that because of the Red Cross. And as being part of the Red Cross allows her to continue to serve and give back and to wounded servicemen and women. So thank you very much. Also the messaging, the emergency messaging service that the Red Cross does, and connecting with service members and veterans with resources in communities as they transition back. So I can't thank the Red Cross enough for everything they do on a daily basis. I'm completely humbled that you would think of me to receive this award. I think about my service and what I've done, what I've given in Iraq. And I think so many people have given so much more than me. One of my soldiers, Kevin Cummings, was killed during that same incident when I was injured. And when I think about service, I think it's not necessarily what you give, but it's that commitment to others. It's the commitment to serve something greater than yourself. That's what's truly extraordinary, is that commitment to others. And everyone who joins the military makes that commitment, whether they deployed or not. And to me, that is what's exceptional. That is exceptional service. So I guess I accept this on behalf of all those that have served and continue to serve this very day. I think as of today, the Army alone still has, about over 65,000 soldiers deployed as we speak, and that's just the Army. So I ask you to keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And over the next 4 to 5 years, based on the current budget situation, we expect about over 1 million service members to get out of the military, out of each of the services. So as you continue to think about service and ways that you can serve, please keep our transitioning service members in mind, and whatever you can do as an individual, or maybe it's maybe it's the business or the company you work for. Please keep them in your mind, and thank you for being here tonight, for supporting the Red Cross. Thank you to everything you do on a daily basis. Completely humbled to receive this award. So thanks again, Mother.